The rain poured heavily that morning, soaking the tiny umbrella that barely covered Anna and her 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Their clothes were damp, their shoes muddy, and the cold wind made Lily shiver in her mother's arms. Anna tightened her hold, whispering gently, "Just a little more, sweetheart." In her other hand was a small tray covered with plastic wrap, the pastries she had baked at dawn, hoping to sell them door to door. Life had been unforgiving. Ever since Anna's husband passed away 2 years ago, she had been drowning in debts and medical bills. Lily had a weak heart and needed constant medicine. Anna never begged. She baked. She worked. She hoped. Even when the world turned its back on her. That morning, her last stop was the largest mansion on the hill. A place she usually avoided. The gate alone looked more expensive than everything she owned. She swallowed her fear, lifted her trembling hand, and rang the bell. A moment later, the massive door opened. A tall man in a dark suit stood before her, Ethan Ward, a wealthy CEO known for his cold demeanor. His face was unreadable, distant, the kind that made most people nervous. But Anna simply bowed her head respectfully and said softly, "Sir, would you like to buy a pastry?" Ethan looked at her drenched clothes, the tray of imperfect pastries, and then at the little girl clinging to her shoulder. He raised an eyebrow. "You're selling pastries in this weather?" Anna nodded politely. "I have to, sir. My daughter needs her medicine. These pastries, they're all I have." Ethan looked at the pastries and scoffed lightly. $2 for these?" His tone stung, and Anna lowered her head. "I understand, sir. I'm sorry to bother you." She turned to leave. But then Lily peeked over her mother's shoulder and said innocently, "Mister, my mommy makes them with love. They taste like hugs." That single sentence hit Ethan harder than he expected. Something inside him, something he had buried with his grief, shifted. "Wait!" he called out. Anna stopped. Ethan stepped closer, studying her face. "What's your name?" "Anna," she replied. "And this is my daughter, Lily." Ethan paused, then said quietly, "I'll buy them all." Anna blinked. All of them?" "Yes," Ethan answered. "But on one condition." Her heart pounded. "What condition, sir?" "You and your daughter will come inside, have a warm meal. And from today you'll stay here." Anna froze. She thought she misheard. "Sir, I can't accept charity." "It's not charity," Ethan said softly. "It's a new start. You remind me of someone I once loved, and maybe helping you will help me live again." Tears filled Anna's eyes. She didn't know if she should trust him, but something in his voice, that quiet pain, made her believe. That day changed everything. Ethan gave them warmth, safety, and a home that didn't echo with loneliness anymore. He made sure Lily got proper medical care. In return, Anna cooked, cleaned, and slowly brought life back into the mansion. The cold hallways now smelled of pastries and laughter. One evening, as she placed freshly baked pastries on the table, Ethan asked softly, "Anna, why didn't you give up?" Most people would have. She looked at him gently. "Because I promised my husband I would raise our daughter to believe that kindness still exists. Even if the world turns cold." Ethan stared at her for a long moment. "You've done more than that." "You warmed my heart too." Months passed. Lily began calling him Uncle Ethan. Then one day, simply Daddy. Ethan's eyes filled with tears when he heard it. Anna stood in the doorway watching the two, realizing she had knocked on the right door that rainy morning. Not by chance, but by fate. Years later, Ethan and Anna opened a bakery together, Lily's Pastries. Every pastry came with a message of love, perseverance, and hope. People didn't just buy sweets. They bought the story of a widow who knocked on a stranger's door and found a new life. Whenever someone asked Ethan how it all began, he would smile and say, "It started with a simple question. Can I sell you a pastry, sir?" One act of kindness didn't just change a life. It healed a soul.